Welcome to the new BCMM network. The following podcast is meant solely for the enjoyment and entertainment of our audience. You're watching the all-new Blue Collar Minutemen show. Together we took back our nation, now we fix our government.
Oh, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Blue Collar Minutemen show, where we're just a few guys trying to get back on track and keep this Trump train rolling and, I don't know, wait for these tax refunds to start kicking in. Bill, how's it going?
Going good, going good.
Oh, good deal. I know we've been hit and miss here kind of a little bit, but everybody's been doing something.
I'm still working on that kitchen.
Yeah. Well, hey, good news is I'm out of the sling now. Yay.
Can you swing a golf club?
You know what? Actually, I think I can because it doesn't require any lifting. It's just, you know. So as soon as I get my clubs out of storage, I'm going to get them ready to go.
All right, then.
Oh, trust me, I'm ready. But before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for joining us as always here on Blue Collar Minutemen Show. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe button on these videos and share these videos with people, as many people as you can. Help get the word out on some things maybe they're not hearing and, trying to keep you all informed. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this. Bill, there's been a lot of stuff. I don't even know where you want to start. You can just throw a dart and pick something.
I don't know. I can't keep up with everything. I was just reading this one headline here. What this guy's actually asking a question. Does anyone else find it comical that the media is saying Trump is illegally deporting the illegals?
Wait a
Found
minute.
it kind of funny.
He's illegally deporting the illegals.
Yeah, I
Okay.
got it. Okay.
Since you brought that up, of course, my brother Carl, he and I had a little debate on the Facebook, and he said, and I told him, I said, the Constitution says that only U.S. citizens have the right to due process, which he said that's wrong, which I've got it pulled up here, which says 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution. It says the privileges, oh, can't hardly see. It says states shall make or enforce any laws which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States. Nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or pursuit of happiness without due process of law or deny that. But the key point to that is citizens of the United States.
You made that up.
Well, to go even further, they're saying Trump can't deport anybody. Well, let's just look at the Act of 1798. What does the Act of 1798 say? Well, according to the Act of 1798, this is just kind of I'm not going to read the whole thing, but this is what it says.
Nutshell version.
The nutshell version is it refers to the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, which allows the U.S. president to detain or deport non-citizens from enemy nations during times of war or invasion. The act is still in effect and has been used historically to target specific groups. So, how many millions of people did we have come across the border?
Oh, there are millions.
Isn't that kind of an invasion?
Sounds like it to me.
Just saying. But of course,
Sounds that way to me.
But of course, the mainstream media is saying that, like you said, it's illegal for Trump to deport the illegals. Sometimes I wake up and my head hurts for no reason, and then I realize why.
Yeah.
Oh, so there you go, folks. I looked up the information. Y'all can do the same. Chuck Schumer had something interesting to say today, Bill.
Oh, did you see that? That blew my mind. Okay. If you all missed it, Chucky was out on the stump talking about Trump's first 100 days.
Mm-hmm.
So Chucky says, well, President Trump has the lowest approval rating in the polls of any president in his first 100 days. And he just smiled. Then the reporter asked a question. So, well, Senator, being that your approval rating in the polls is 17%, what do you have to say about that? Which is, Chucky responds, oh, polls come and go. Nobody pays real much attention to them. We're going to go out and fight, fight, fight.
So,
I know.
Did he just not negate everything he just said?
Everything he just said.
Listen, this is the biggest comedy.
And they think you missed that. They think, well, they paid attention to the first thing I said, not the second thing I said. Yeah.
I'm telling you, this is the biggest comedy skit I've ever seen in my life.
I'm telling you.
It's
Bobo the Combat Cat making his appearance. Here, say hi to the crowd. Say hi, Bobo.
My resident cat is locked out of the room right now. Have no fear. Usually, if I go out in the other room and do a podcast, it's meowing around my leg. Yeah. But Bill, let's stay on this whole thing about the Democrats, because you got Chuck Schumer doing this. Have you heard of this guy? I think his name is Sharia Zandar.
The one that's got looks like the haircut that Mo from the Three Stooges. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Dude, everybody has said, like, when I saw the video, I'm like, this is an SNL skit. I'm like, there's no way this is real.
What? He looks just like Mo from the Three Stooges.
He does.
I know. Somebody ought to. You figure with all that money that they're sweeping under the rug up there, he could afford a barber.
Oh my gosh. Well, the Democrats don't even want him talking, apparently, because they're like, shut up. But let's be serious. There's no way he's going to get any of those articles of impeachment. He's supposed to be bringing 7 articles, right? Is it 7 articles?
Well, they're not going to go nowhere. I mean, how many times have they done it? Al Green, he's done it, 50,000 times?
Yes.
It's like every other day he's filing articles of impeachment. They don't go nowhere. You can file them all day long. They ain't going to go nowhere. Not as long as we control the House.
They are beating a dead horse to dust. I mean, the dead horse is dead. They've been beating it to mush, and they're going to beat it to dust. They keep on. I mean, but
yeah.
I mean, what can they do? I mean, I really do like the Republicans' playbook of just let them talk and let them keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah, just let them talk.
But we're all kind of getting tired of it. I mean, it's not changing day to day. Well, anyway, let's go on with some more comedy news. I was telling you about the whole Kamala Harris elephant story. I think a few people have probably already seen this. And listen, I can't keep listening to that woman talk, because I'm going to wind up losing my job because of it. Because every time I listen to her talk, I lose brain cells. And if I keep losing brain cells, I'm not going to be able to work. So she tells this story. Of course, she's supposed to be drumming up, you know, votes for the Democratic Party with her dramatic speeches. And just somewhere in the middle of her speech, she just goes completely in the left field and asks everybody, is like, did you all see the video of the elephants that were in the zoo when the earthquake happened? And, you know, they kind of got all around and they formed a circle. And it's like, that's what they did. They was like they were protecting each other. And it's like, I'm waiting, like, and where are we going with this? And I guess the point she was trying to make is that all the Democrats should stand together. But I kind of got lost in the whole cackling and her delivery. So
Just seen this is kind of fun. Yeah. This guy's standing out in front of Tesla and he's got on a blue hat and it says Democrats for Trump on it. And he says, I finally realized I was on the wrong side.
Oh.
And he's standing in front of Tesla and he says, I drive a Tesla. And he says, Democrats for Trump. Pretty neat.
Listen, I'm telling you, the man won because people finally woke up in this country.
What about his speech at Tuscaloosa?
Oh, dude, I watched that. That was good.
He was there, wasn't he?
That was good. And he did the one thing that I think everybody there appreciated. He didn't make anything political. It was all motivational. He talked about those young people, you know, giving it their all, making a difference for the future. And none of it was about politics.
Yeah.
Loved it. Absolutely loved it. And of course, everybody there cheered him on. I watched one student's review, and he said that he watched other students who were beside him, who he knew were on the opposite side of, you know, the fence on, you know, on Trump's ideas. And he said he literally watched them clap and, you know, yelled and screamed for what Trump said. So, I mean, I think it was a good thing and seemed like a lot of people gathered together in support.
It was there.
Now, had it been the Democrats and Obama, it probably would have got political. Just saying. I don't know that for sure, but
Probably.
I'm throwing that out there as a guess. Bill, let's switch gears a little bit because you had sent me some information on this, and both of us have watched it. The whole plane crash, that military helicopter into the plane. Oh,
Okay.
where you want to begin?
You had the best question after I sent that to you.
Mm-hmm.
Who was on that plane that they ain't telling was on that plane?
I know. Because
I don't know if you guys have seen the reports on this yet, but Pilot Air was ruled the cause of the crash. Pilot Air on the part of the helicopter.
Yes.
The jet was on approach in its flight path, coming in where it should have came in. Now, they have recordings from the cockpit recorder. They have recordings from the tower. The tower informed the helicopter to change direction.
Yes.
Gave it a course correction, told it to change. On the recorder from the helicopter, the co-pilot, who was apparently training the pilot,
Mm-hmm.
gave the order 3 times. Change direction, change direction, change direction. she kept on flying and flew straight into the civilian plane.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we know who this pilot was. She was one of Biden's cronies at the White House. There's several different videos and films of her standing by while Biden's doing things in the White House.
Yeah.
Not an accomplished pilot, by no means. Apparently, she either disobeyed the tower, disobeyed the co-pilot who was training her,
Mm-hmm.
or was just stupid and couldn't hear nothing. I don't know. I mean, maybe radio wasn't working. But she flew
Well,
straight
Bill,
in.
what's that?
I said, flew straight in the plane. But like I said, your question is still, who was on that plane?
Who was on the plane? Because this is very odd. And folks, I'm going to tell you this. I mean, Bill and I both are prior military. We kind of know how the military operates. You know, there are training accidents, and there are training accidents. But because of a civilian flight coming in, and then this lady deliberately seemed like ignoring an order, which doesn't happen a lot in the United States military. I'm just saying. And then, like I said, it begs the question, who is on the plane that they have not told us about yet? And I say yet. Now, Bill, there's something else too, because I looked into this a little further. Apparently, after the crash, there was, and I watched Brandon Tatum on this, and according to him, after the crash, the family asked the military to hold off on releasing the name of the pilot.
And they scrubbed her Facebook account completely off the internet.
Everything's gone. Does this not get more suspicious? Just saying.
And they went as far as had when the name actually leaked out of the pilot that was flying the first night.
Mm-hmm.
And then a friend told a reporter, well, no, it ain't her because I just got a text from her. She's at home. She's not flying tonight.
Oh, okay.
So then they started speculating who was flying. And it went on and on and on and on. And then the family scrubbed Facebook.
So my next thought, and like I said, ladies and gentlemen, these are for your viewing pleasure and for
your entertainment
of our audience. You know, we don't have any proof, but we're just thinking out loud. Now, as you know, nothing is truly deleted. I'm just saying maybe throw Elon and his team over there on there and just kind of see what it was. Just saying.
I'd say probably could figure out.
I know. Because and she kind of had a weird name. And like you said, she was on the Biden team. Did she even have a military background, Bill? I mean,
well, she was in the military, yeah. That's what she was. She was one of the military personnel assigned to the White House.
Okay. I'm taking that flying wasn't her first MOS.
No, that wasn't her primary, put it that way.
Oh, geez. And Bill, I'm going to go ahead and say this, and let's just go ahead and get over this too. Was she a DEI hire? Was she a DEI person to put in the pilot seat?
Yeah, that's speculation. I've heard several people bring that up.
And I just want to say this: I've had conversation upon conversation during the week about the whole DEI thing. I mean, we've got to stop. I mean, it's doing nothing good for the workforce, for the country, for the military. It's not doing anything good. As it's been proven time after time again, it's just putting people's lives in danger. If people can't do the job, then we don't need them to do the job and just tell them to their face they can't do it. Sorry about their luck. All right, I'm going to get off of that one.
Well, it's oh shit. Somebody was it was Trey Gowdy.
Mm-hmm.
Did you seen his thing about the military? And it's like he says, yes, the military is what do you call discriminated. Yes, the military is discriminating for a reason. So we
Yes.
don't let slow people. We don't let you're too short, you can't be in.
No.
You're too overweight, you can't be in. We
No.
discriminate against everyone in our military.
And that
We
should
want the best. We don't want just everyone. And I mean, he had a good point. He's like, we don't let you in if you're too fat. We don't let you in if you're too short. We don't let you in if you got flat feet.
Right.
We don't let you in, if you got one lung. We don't. We discriminate daily.
Yes.
So it's nothing new.
No.
It's been that way since we started the military. Maybe not since we started the military, but
well, and then the same thing goes for special operations, whether it's JSOC, MARSOC, SF, or any of the special operations. You want the best of the best out of each branch, because now you're dealing with stuff that that's even more intense.
Yep.
Did you ever? And I probably shouldn't say this, but how's the female SF doing?
I've not heard a word. Not heard a word.
Just throwing it out there.
There's an officer promoted on up through, so I don't know.
She just got a tab and just went on up.
Went on about her business.
Here's
a good one. Make asylums great again. We specialize in TDS.
TDS?
Trump derangement syndrome.
Oh, man.
Here's something I don't know if we've covered. I don't think we did because Trump in a blue suit.
Oh, yes. Please, let's go over this.
Okay. I don't know. I know everyone's heard it already on the news. Trump's the only world leader to wear a blue suit and go to the Pope's funeral. I think I posted it on our Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
The photo where they got this from, they took a little small chunk down here in the corner where just so happens everybody around Trump's in a black suit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they posted and said, look, everyone's in a black suit except Trump. But if you look at the entire picture, I would say 40% of the people there were in blue.
Yeah.
No. Okay. They just lied about something else. And that's why people don't trust the media anymore.
Well, it's not just.
They are continuously lying about everything.
Yes. They have been caught in several hoaxes here lately. I'm trying to think of what the other one was, because Fox actually was talking about the media hoaxes that they're putting out. I mean, you can't keep going down this road. I mean, we know that they're lying and not telling the truth, and all of it is to bash Trump. the whole thing about Social Security. They pushed that narrative so bad, and he said it, I don't know how many times, he is not touching Social Security. He's not doing it. I don't know. They're going to die.
I mean,
This hill is going to be the hill that absolutely buries the Democratic Party and the media. Because I'm pretty sure the Democrats are right there beside the media pushing all of this. So a little bit of a comedy. I wish I could show this video. Have you seen the video about the black woman who moved to Africa and now wants to come back?
no, I haven't seen that one yet.
I'll send it to you. I'll send you that one too. But apparently she has made a TikTok video or something, and she, because of the racism that's here in America, and a lot of people may have seen this, because America is so racist, she just wanted to move back to the motherland, so she moved to Uganda, and she was in for a rude awakening.
Oh
yeah. They had a rolling blackout that lasted 14 hours. She said that every time she steps out the door, people are trying to swindle her because they think she's rich. And said that that the bribery that I guess, like, I don't know if it's law enforcement or whoever, but they take bribes. So for her to get out of stuff, that she's got to get out money. I'm like, and then she talked about the lizards that she'd never seen before that get into her house.
No shit. There's movies about stuff in Africa. There's lizards. There's this. There's that. I mean, I don't know what she was thinking.
I know. And Tatum brought this up. And of course, you and I have said this on the podcast. She's a black person in America who went back to Africa. And majority of black people in Africa don't like black people in America.
Right.
And Tatum brought that up, and I have said it, but she's finding out for herself.
Here's one. Did you see what's his name? The CNN guy. Is it Van Jones?
I think so, yeah.
No, what is his name? I had this here anyway. Anyway, I thought he was going to break out crying because he was doing an interview and he just got 3 random black people. Did you see this?
I saw it. It was great.
He asked this first lady, he goes, you all 3 of you voted for Trump. If I go back in time and give you all the information you know now, would you still vote for Trump? First lady goes, oh yeah. And he goes, well, if, and he goes around several different angles. And she goes, well, if there's a Democrat that comes out that I agree with, I would vote for a Democrat. I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. So whoever, is hitting on what I want at the time, I'd vote for it. Well, he kind of felt a little better there. So he goes to the next guy and he asks the guy, and the guy looks, goes, 100%. He goes, what do you mean? He says, yeah. Oh, yeah. Then he looks at the last lady and he goes, I don't know if I even want to ask you the question. Yeah. And she says, 1,000%.
Yep.
Yes. And he was just like, well, there you have it. And they cut off. Didn't work out quite the way he wanted it to.
Well, there's another CNN spot that didn't work out that well either. Did you see the big race war fight on CNN?
Oh, yeah.
Between Anna Navarro?
Yeah. She was trying to compare what the illegals are going through to the blacks in slavery. And I'm like, and the black guy's looking there like, what? What are you saying?
And then she said that she has spoke up for black people in her lifetime. And he said, okay, he said, but I'm black. Listen, they are having a meltdown, and this is like epic. Just turning on the TV sometimes is like the most beautiful thing in the world. You just never know what's going to happen. How are we doing on time, Bill?
We're at 5.5.
Okay. Well, maybe got time for one more thing. Let's see. That CNN thing was just hilarious to me. I think that's going to go around for a while. I don't know. That's about everything that's gone on, I believe. A lot of it's just repeating them trying to keep illegals in the country so they can have votes. That's all that amounts to.
Okay, this guy here says Trump's use of wartime law, we're talking about that one of 18, whatever, is unlawful. No, it's not.
Yeah.
What about a steel mill coming to South Carolina?
That is great. That? That's great.
And JD was down there setting it up and stuff.
They need to go ahead and open some of those back up in Gary, Indiana. I used to have relatives up there. And Gary used to
the U.S. is now making its first prosecutions of illegal border crossers into the new Roosevelt Reservation military zone. Ain't got to go to no court over this one. This be the military court here.
Oh, Lord, that's even worse. They don't even know what they're getting into.
SecDef has warned all the illegals attempting crossing this zone, and you're not going to face a liberal judge.
No, you will not. UCMJ is going to be a sledgehammer.
You just entered a military zone.
All right, Bill, I think that's going to be it. You got any last words for us?
Just don't enter that restricted military zone.
Stay away.
It runs from Texas all the way to California.
I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, folks, we hope we gave you all a good laugh, and thank you all for joining us as always. Make sure you stay tuned to us and check us out on YouTube, BitChute, and Rumble. Check out the website, bluecollarminutemen.com. And we still have an email on the site. If you feel like you want to email us some comments, questions, we'd love to hear about them. Check that out. It'll be on the main page of the website. Also, check out our social media pages at Instagram, Truth Social, MeWe Spreely, Getter. Can't even remember all of them.
If it's there, we're probably on it.
Yeah. But thank you all for joining us. Y'all have a great night. God bless you all. God bless America. And let's keep rolling. We'll see.
Keep rolling. See you.